Welcome to Discover Barnstable, the official podcast of the Town of Barnstable, a podcast where you can meet the people who steward the programs and services that connect us to our quality of life here in the Town of Barnstable. We invite you to join the conversation as we navigate municipal government and our community pathways to help you discover Barnstable. I'm Lynne Poyant, and on this episode of Discover Barnstable, we are joined by Human Resources Director Bill Cole. Bill Cole has been in this role since 2003. In 2004, Bill helped design and implement the consolidation of municipal and school human resource functions. This consolidation, along with the consolidation of financial operations between the Town of Barnstable and Barnstable Public Schools, received an award from the Massachusetts Municipal Association for Innovation in Government. He has spoken on the topic of human resources in several states and was a speaker at the 2016 conference of the Institute of Municipal People Practitioners of Southern Africa in Johannesburg. Bill holds a Bachelor of Science in Political Science and Master of Public Administration degrees from Northeastern University. He has been a member of the Public Sector Human Resources Association since 2000 and holds the designation of Certified Human Resources Senior Professional. Welcome, Bill. We're glad you came back to join us.
Thanks, Lynn. Glad to be here.
Yep. So last time we had a conversation, we talked about basically Human Resources 101. And today's conversation, I think that what we'd like to do is talk about how local government is the level of government which has the most direct and visible impact on our citizens, and how citizens actually and the community at large have an opportunity to make their community a better place. So you want to start in on that?
Sure. As I mentioned in the last podcast, local government is my favorite level of government, but I might be a little biased. But I think the unique opportunity we have as public servants at the local level, and people listening to this that may want to come work for us would have, is that you work for the community. You get to see every day the impact that you have, whether it's direct or indirect. For example, in my position, I don't necessarily see the direct impact, but I see the impact of the people that I helped hire. And I can see that, I know that individual, I know that person, that project, the people that are working on it, I helped get here. So no matter what you do in the organization, you have a direct impact on the daily lives of the residents and visitors of the town.
And when we have someone that works in recreation or at the Council on Aging, they see their direct impact on the community by the programs that they're running on a day-to-day basis.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, those are the frontline staff that deal with the children. And it's not just recreation. We have the school department as well, that you're involved in the day-to-day lives of students and kind of shaping the future. And again, you get to see that directly firsthand in the community in which you live and work, and that's wonderful.
And the Town of Barnstable is one of the largest employers on Cape Cod, not only in the Town of Barnstable, but on the Cape as a whole. Can you speak to the number of people that work for the town?
Yes, including the school department, we have roughly about 1,200 to 1,300 full-time employees, which would make us the second largest employer on the Cape, I believe, behind the hospital or Cape Cod Healthcare. So there are a lot of opportunities, and we're pretty large, and also different types of opportunities, which I'm sure we'll get into later.
Yeah, because we're always looking for people to join the team. There are people at various levels that are retiring. I know that I've been surprised that some of the people that I went to school with are now actually retiring. Some have been retired for a long time. But there's also been a number of new positions that have been created based upon the changing environment here in the town. One of them is the Comprehensive Wastewater Management Plan. So DPW has definitely changed how they're doing business with some of their things, and they've created new positions.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. CWMP is a prime example of that, is that the decision was made to have that work performed in-house as opposed to through consultants and contractors. And because of that, we're hiring a large number of people into positions, and a broad array of positions. So it's not, someone may think it's just you have to be an engineer, and there's so many other facets to it. Whether it's finance, we hired a new procurement person because of the amount of work that's associated with it. They have a communications person, a safety person, all of these other positions that have come to be because of the expansion of the CWMP. And it allows individuals to come here and see this major project that again is shaping the lives of the people that live here, and has a life of now probably 25 to 30 years of this project. So it's not unrealistic that if you come here out of college, this project would be your entire career, and that you could point to it at the end as kind of the capstone of your time here, is that this major thing that protected the environment and quality of life in the Cape, you had a instrumental role in. So it's a great opportunity.
It is a great opportunity, and I think that's one of the things that we want our youth to know. We'd really like to make sure that our young families stay here on the Cape. And I know that in conversations that I've had with youth commissioners, I've said to them that when they're selecting their college path, they may want to consider something that will take them into one of these projects here with the DPW, because it could do exactly what you said, provide them with a capstone for their career. And the positions are not only within DPW, but we have a lot of positions in the town of Barnstable. We have an airport. We have the Cape Cod Gateway Airport. And we have, public safety. We have the police department. Well, our fire departments are separate. They're fire districts. We have a police department, and we have structures and grounds, which is part of DPW. We have solid waste, water pollution control, which is part of the CWMP, but there's different skills associated with that. So some of these things will provide people with flexible schedules. Can you speak to that?
Sure. Absolutely. The town, we have full-time work, we have part-time work, we have seasonal work. For the summer, that would be more of your recreation, public works type positions are during the summer. The school department has substitute positions. They have year-round positions. Different hours depending on your schedule. Some of our positions are shift work. So if you want to work second shift or third shift, and that's not just at our police department, there are other departments that do shift work that individuals could do. So it's, whatever your need is for a schedule, the town can probably accommodate you.
That's great. How would somebody apply? If someone was interested in applying, where would they find out what the jobs are that are available within the town of Barnstable?
Sure. The simplest way to do that would be go on the town's website, and on the top of the website, there's a bar with different items. And if you click on employment, it comes to list all of the different positions that are available. And then if there's one that kind of gets your interest or catches your eye, you can click on that, and it takes you into our applicant system, and you'll be able to read more about it and then submit an application. And the great thing about our system is that the first time you go in, you set up a profile, you upload all your information. People are probably very similar, have seen it in different things that they deal with. And once you create that, you're able to use that again and again and again. So if you apply for a job and for whatever reason you don't get it and you want to apply for a second job, you can go in. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can take the information you've already put in and then attach it to this next job. So there's a little bit of a lift when you first do it, but once you're in the system, it's a lot easier to do that. That's for the municipal operation. The school operation, if you click on Barnstable Public Schools on the town website, they have an employment page, and then you can go into their system, which is slightly different than the municipal one, but very similar. And the great thing is that technologically, we allow or we're able to have people apply with their phones. So it's mobile friendly. I think we're looking at apply by text. So we're looking into that as well. But right now you can't do that. We're looking into it, but you can apply through your mobile device, whether it's a tablet, phone. So we try to make it as easy as possible for people to apply.
And that's the way the majority of people are communicating anyway, that
Yep.
they're all doing it through their phone and other things. Is there anything else that you would like to make sure people know about with regards to employment at the Town of Barnstable?
Yeah, I think just, and again, I've touched on it. I know it's hard to believe it's been 2 years since my last podcast, but I think it's a great place to work. Having worked here, coming up on 24 years, I can't think of a better place to work. And to see the changes that I've seen in the organization and where it's headed, I just think it's an amazing place. The people that work here are committed. They have, public service, community service, customer service. And I think circling back to one of your points about, students and younger individuals is that I know with young people in particular, there's a real desire to give back and make a difference. And I think that, government has been making a difference for a long, long time, kind of the original nonprofit. So we're there, we're providing services to the community, we're providing services that other places and other organizations can't. And I think it's just a great place to work. And I think young people in particular should take a second look at government because it is, it does check off those boxes and gives you a sense of giving back.
It really does. And I know that in our interactions through the communications program here at the town, there's not a department that we work with where there is not an incredibly dedicated staff and people who want to get to yes to help people. And if they can't get to yes, at least be able to explain why that doesn't happen. But we have a lot of staff that are willing to go the extra mile to make sure that people know that local government is here for them.
Yeah.
So that's great. Our next thing is our bonus question. So this time around, it's what is your favorite season?
Okay.
And why?
Oh, okay. My favorite season, I think, is spring. And I think for a variety of reasons. One, it means winter's over and things are warming up, new beginnings, whether it's in the environment or new beginnings with graduations from school or whatever it is. I just think that it's a great time of year. You get to get outside, you get to experience nature again. And it's hockey playoff season. So, so I think those are the big things, but definitely spring is my favorite season.
Yes. And not just hockey playoff season. This time around, it's basketball too.
Absolutely.
So that's great. Thank you so much. So we want to thank Bill Cole for joining us today and thank you, our listeners, for spending time with us and listening to Discover Barnstable, the official podcast of the Town of Barnstable. We hope that you found a new understanding of how your municipal government works for you and our community. Be sure to drop us a line at podcast@town.barnstable.ma.us and let us know what you would like to learn next. Until next time, go discover Barnstable.